Hello Sky's the Limit team, and welcome to my channel and also to my returning subscribers. If you're new to my channel, welcome. On today's video, what we're going to go ahead and do, we're going to put this L motor 1520 into this case. Now if you know anything about these cases or motors, you know this motor is too short to fit in this case. So I'm going to show you the adapter system that I'm going to use to make this motor fit inside this case. Alright guys, let's go ahead and get started. Okay guys, let's go ahead and go over the parts here. So we have our nozzle, our delay crane inside a phenolic sleeve. We have our forward closure. We have our two gaskets here. We have our two O-rings here. We have our two spacers here, aluminum. These aluminum spacers will close off the dead end here, so that way we don't have any gases escape into the motor where it doesn't belong. We have our aft closure here. We have our forward closure here. We have our forward seal disc. It already has the O-ring on it. The reason for that is we assembled it before I did this video. So I'm going to go ahead and go over that right now. And the last and the best piece here is our case. Alright, so let's go ahead and put this together. Okay, so we have our centering ring. Your centering ring is going to go towards your aft end of your rocket. So it's going to be over here is where I'm going to have the aft end. Then we have the adapter ring. And then we have the spacer ring, but this one you don't need to install right now because this one will go with the motor mount once you screw that in. So we don't need this one for right now. Okay, so the next thing we want to do is we want to take our delay gain, put it in our phenolic tube, and go ahead and insert it in the forward closure here. Once we have that in there, what you want to do, and make sure you don't get any grease super lube on your delay crane there, you're going to grab some super lube. You should probably wear gloves when you do this, but I couldn't find mine. And then you're going to lightly coat the O-ring here. And then we're going to go ahead and place that down. Now what you want to do is we're going to put this inside. But in order to do that, you don't want to go and put it in the side that it's going to sit on. You're going to want to come in from the motor side and then slide it in. It goes in so much easier when you do it that way than when you try to force it down, because you have air resistance and friction as you're trying to slide it in. Even though the ring is lubricated, it doesn't want to move very easily. So you could damage the ring, so that's not something you want to do. Alright, so let's go ahead and insert that. Okay, so now that we got the O-ring on there, what you want to do is the end that doesn't have your seal disc is you want to place this down. You want to grab your forward closure here, put it on the top. Now what you're going to do is you're going to grab your case and slide it into the motor here. Now it's easier to do it this way because, as you can see, it goes without any resistance. You try to do it the other way where you come from the top and then slide it in. There's the friction and then there's the air resistance that makes it very hard to slide in. Now once you do that, go ahead and tip it over. And now go ahead, okay, now that we have the motor tipped over, now we want to get our spacers and go ahead and insert those. So there's the one, and there's the two. Okay, what you want to kind of do is roll it a little bit, make sure it gets in place, make sure everything fits in there. Okay, now once you have your two spacers in, what you want to do is put the forward closure on, not all the way, just slightly put it on. Okay. Now that we have that on, you want to go ahead and and slightly rotate so everything slides down into place. Now that everything is slid in place, you can tip up your molder and we can now start working at the top. Now, the reason why I left a gap down here, I'll go ahead and show you when we get up to. Okay, so now that we're here at the top, what you want to do is grab your nozzle. Okay, you're going to insert your nozzle in first. You're going to grab your O-ring here. You're going to lightly lubricate it as well. So let's go ahead and lubricate that ring. Now you're going to go ahead and insert your ring. Just let it drop down. So what you're going to want to do too is lubricate your aft closure. The reason why I didn't screw in the forward closure, it's a lot easier to screw in the forward closure than it is in the aft. I don't know why, it just works that way for me. You may have different experiences, so you can try that differently on how you want to put this in. Okay, now that we have this lubricated, go ahead and insert your ring and start tightening it down. Alright guys, now that it's screwed in as far as the aft closure here with the nozzle, now you want to go ahead and close your forward closure here. So just turn and turn until it gets all the way to the bottom. And like I said, this one is easier to judge and screw in. And now you have that nice tight fit. And what you want to do is just make sure, I put the cap on here to protect the nozzle. Make sure that this is tight, it's not moving. Okay, we're good there. Nothing's moving, everything's solidly locked now in place. Now, what we need to do is put our adapters on. So this adapter is going to fit into the cardboard tube there, or if you have the phenolic tube, whatever tube. So you want this piece to be facing as you insert your motor. So this piece is going to go like this, and it's going to go all the way down to where the nozzle is. Now you're going to take your retaining ring here and you're going to put it here at least 2 inches away. I'm going to slide it a little further than that here because this is a little bit longer case. And you're going to want to get an S3 and use that to tighten up the bolt here to lock this piece into place. Okay, nice and tight. Okay, so that's the final assembly. So this is how I converted an L5120 3840 into a 75mm 6400 case. Alright guys, thanks for watching the video. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button. Don't forget to ring that bell. And thanks for watching and have a wonderful day. Alright guys, thank you for watching the video. If you like that video, go ahead and hit the like and subscribe button. Also, if there's a project that needs funding, if you want to see it expand further, or you want to see me do future projects, go ahead and either help me out on my Patreon page or my GoFundMe. Alright guys, thanks for watching again. Peace and love. Alright guys, if you like that video, go ahead and hit the like and subscribe button down below. If you want to help this channel out, become a Patreon member, where you can view only member content just for you guys.